talked about connecting the dots and then trying to identify what are the next trends. So in the world of business and marketing, Mark, what do you think are some of the trends that are emerging that people need to be aware of that can make a big difference to their both personal lives or to their business lives as entrepreneurs?
Yeah. Well, I think that there's a few that come to mind, and we'll start at the highest level. I think right now it's really a time for every business person and every marketing person to be humble and be open to thinking about your customers or relearning about your customers, because through this pandemic, we're going to see a lot of things, big and small, change in unexpected ways. There's going to be lots of unintended consequences. Um, just it takes about 30 days for a behavior to become a habit. And for many of us, we've had to live in different circumstances for a lot longer than 30 days throughout this pandemic. Now, this has been a painful time, but from a marketing academic point of view, this is fascinating to sort of dream about how this is going to show up. For example, I think a big megatrend, Jeff, people are going to seek comfort for a long time. I think comfort foods, comforting memories, nostalgia, marketing that plays on nostalgia, entertainment that plays on nostalgia and comfort, and things that make us feel whole and good and safe are going to be big things in marketing. Even technology that keeps us safe. Things that new innovations where we don't have to touch things anymore. Someone was asking me, I got interviewed by the Wall Street Journal yesterday. This reporter was doing a story about all these businesses have gone into the mask business. Is that sustainable? No, not in the long term. However, if you look, you've been to China and you've been to Japan, and you know a lot of people before the pandemic were wearing masks. Can that be changing the culture in Western cultures now? So I think that's a big mega trend. Another mega trend that I think is fascinating and frightening, to be honest, is this developing area called synthetic content, where the tools to create Hollywood quality, CGI quality, Star Wars quality, fake film is going to be in the hands of everyone for almost no money, requiring almost no skills. All you need is a still photo and a voice file from someone, and you can create realistic Hollywood quality fakes. Now, the beautiful part of this is it's going to unleash an amazing new form of content creation. It's also going to create perhaps an existential threat to news and democracy. And so that's something that we need to be aware of. Unfortunately, governments and regulations are not keeping up with some of the foundational issues that are going to have to be addressed. But we need to start this path of awareness. I think finally, the last thing I'll add is I think the future of social media is going to be really upended in the next few years. In many cases, these platforms are based in America, and there's a point now, an inflection point. We're reevaluating what is going on with big tech. Is this healthy? These monopolies, are they good or are they bad? How do we coexist with this power that they have? How does this impact free speech? How does it impact politics? To what extent should it be regulated? And this is about the only thing in America across the aisle both parties agree on, is that we need to look at these monopolies, examine the power that they have, And there are going to be huge implications in the next, I predict, 18 months for how these go forward. And it's going to be what we talked about, Jeff, a fracture in the status quo. There's going to be new opportunities. Clubhouse is filling a niche. It's a Clubhouse. What's the fracture in the status quo? People are isolated. People are lonely. They want to connect. They want to have conversations. And a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands right now. Opens up the opportunity for Clubhouse that probably wouldn't have opened up 2 years from now. So there's going to be lots of fractures in the status quo around social media, around marketing. We're not going to even recognize what marketing looks like 2 years from now. It's going to be so different from where we are today.